If your register requires a firmware upgrade, we're likely going to have to replace the front cover. The nice thing about the TCS 3000 is that it is fully backwards compatible, meaning that our Generation 2 front cover can be seamlessly exchanged with the Generation 1 unit. You'll note that the Generation 1 front cover has a green terminal board and motherboard, whereas the Generation 2 front cover has a yellow board set. Doing this makes sure that you stay current and up to date on all software updates. The main benefit to the TCS 3000 upgrade program is really to minimize your downtime. In most cases, we can send you a front cover, you can install it, have it calibrated, and back into service in less than half a day. As you'll see, there's a green terminal board in the rear housing. We're going to install the yellow motherboard from the front cover in that unit. Doing this makes sure that you stay current and up to date on all software updates. In order to replace the TCS 3000 front cover, you're going to need a metric 5 Allen wrench, a metric 3 Allen wrench, a metric 2 Allen wrench, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Before we start, make sure your power to your unit is turned off. Using your metric 5 Allen wrench, loosen the register hinge bolts. When your bolts are loosened, use your metric 3 Allen wrench to loosen the set screw in the back of the hinge. Be sure not to lose your set screws or your hinge won't be tight. When you've backed out your set screws, take your metric 2 Allen wrench and remove the hinge pins. We will remove the bottom hinge pin from the bottom. If the bolt gets pinched, open the door and the bolt will come out. Next, we'll take out the top hinge. You'll need to apply a little pressure to remove the pin. When your pin's removed, be careful to not let the front cover come off the hinge. Next, using your Phillips head screwdriver, we'll remove the grounding cable from the front cover. Remove the 4-wire power cable. So next we'll remove the 50-pin communication cable by unlocking the ears and safely removing the front cover. When you remove the front cover from the register, we'll set it down. We'll open the box that has your new unit in it. Using the instructions, we will take that out of the box, remove it from the anti-static bag, and prepare to install your Gen 2 front cover on your terminal board. Using the instructions located on the inside of the box that your new one came in, we'll put your old front cover back in the anti-static plastic bag and place it in your replacement box. Using the packaging that you received your exchange front cover in, we'll seal it and send it back to the factory for evaluation. Your Gen 2 front cover will be billed at replacement cost. Upon return and evaluation of your Gen 1 front cover, we will determine what credit will be given to offset the cost of your Gen 2 unit. To install the new front cover, we'll first plug in the 50-pin communication cable, making sure that the ears are locked tightly down and it's securely fastened. Next, we'll plug back in the 4-pin power cable. Next, securing the front cover hinge on the rear housing. Once you've got your hinges secured, you're going to take your screw for your ground cable. We're going to tighten the ground cable back in. Next, we'll need to tighten the set screws that hold the hinge pins in the back. So we'll close the front cover and using the metric 3 Allen wrench, tighten the set screws. Before sealing the register with the Generation 2 front cover, you're going to want to access the switch inside. The internal switch allows for the TCS 3000 to be backwards compatible to communicate properly with the Generation 1 terminal board. The switch needs to be flipped to the not access position. So we'll take the switch and we'll flip it down. We'll close the front cover. Using the bolts from the previous front cover, we'll install them and seal the register. When closing the TCS 3000, you want to make sure that you alternate hinge bolts when tightening them down to prevent any kind of a bind. When completed, turn power back onto the unit and verify that everything is functional. Remember, at Total Control Systems, we are committed to your success.